Imagine my surprise when I found out that XXXild was an actual whore. I thought that it was just a colloquialism from people who didn't like her. But no, I'm actually in a part of YouTube with someone who professionally used Backpage and Craigslist or whatever it was back when she was actually working the street. And it's indicative of the entire landscape of this part of YouTube. It's disgusting. It's gross. People here are failures. They have no purpose. Absolutely nothing except for pseudo-intellectualism, putting big words on small ideas, and trying to pretend like they're important to the circle jerk of people that they have subscribed to them. I really had to check myself when I found that out. Because it's not just her, it's also the people that she hangs around and defends and talks to all day. Do I want to be like these people? Because you can't be around people and not become some of that. Even though I'd never walked the street or anything, and I definitely have higher intelligence and formal education than all of these people. It is a waste of time to try to have an intellectual conversation with someone who does not even have the formal education to understand what you are saying. There's certain people on that side who are okay, but you just have to call a spade sometimes when you're dealing with actual whores. Like real whores. Like, this is a part of the world that I've never been around, and a whole lot of other things I've never been around either. Just people who have time for nothing except destruction. It's hilarious. I didn't grow up around those kinds of people, and I somehow found them in this slimy little corner of YouTube. This is probably the conspiracy theory portion of YouTube as well. People who sit up in their dark, dusty rooms coming up with conspiracy theories about everything that they're too stupid to figure out happens naturally. Those tend to go hand in hand. You get PTSD from some kind of traumatic experience that you put yourself through in your youth, and then all of a sudden everything becomes a conspiracy. What makes it hilarious is that all these so-called intellectuals can't see past their own nose when it comes to dealing with the problems of society. For instance, XXXild wants rights for so-called sex workers, which is the biggest euphemism I've ever heard, but it's only because she was one. Those same kind of rights that she wants for sex workers only because she felt the pain of whatever in whatever hole. I'm trying not to be too vulgar here. She doesn't want other people to feel it. But the logic does not extend to people in general. I can't stand that kind of pseudo-intellectual because it's based in emotion, not logic, and it's indicative of someone who doesn't have the proper education to actually deal with problems in the real world as they are. The only thing that these dregs can do is stay in the shadows and try to waste other people's time and drag other people down into negative, fruitless conversations and actions. I came into this part of YouTube to have intellectual conversations, not deal with dregs and whores. I think it's awful. I think I made a misstep and turned the wrong way at some point. It needs to be corrected because the people that you hang around, talk about, are looking at, deal with, watch videos, that's a reflection of you. And it's the one good thing about being a human is that you can change your reflection at any time. Like, you know, you can turn YouTube off, you can go to a different part of it, you can do new videos, And that's definitely what I think I am going to do. There has got to be a way to be positive. I am slipping down into the negative, most dirty, dank part of YouTube with these unfulfilled failures in life. People who made mistakes and just never, ever recovered. God bless America, because absolute old, dried up failures can still have a house and friends with like minds. It's pretty hilarious.